Hey, what's going on out there? I really like to welcome every single one of you to Water Your Soil. So I really wanted to title this video, Credit Card Users Are Doing a Good Job of Making Dave Ramsey Proud. Now, of course, I didn't want to use Dave Ramsey's name, but I'm sure it would have been a good attention grabber. And some of you may be wondering, like, why is he saying credit card users are making Dave Ramsey proud? Dave Ramsey is a guy that clearly makes it obvious that he's not a fan of credit cards. He thinks credit cards are bad. And the reason why I'm saying that credit card users are making Dave Ramsey proud is because right now, credit card debt is ridiculous. And a lot of you know better. And a lot of people know better. Let's be honest. A lot of people know better. And I'm starting to realize that while a lot of people know better, a lot of people don't care. Then you have the group of people who don't know better and they don't want to know better. Because I always get people when they come by here and they ask questions. I'm going to start posting some of these questions, honestly, because they get posted on my older videos. And I know some of you are not able to see it because you probably don't go through my older videos. But I always get questions by people who really don't know much about credit cards. I can tell by what their questions are about, but they have a little bit of arrogance about them. And I really don't understand it. And it's almost like a, hey, how can I get this out of the credit card? How can I have a credit card of $1,000 and I spend $700 and I pay that $700 off before my bill comes and get the most out of credit card and graduate it? And we're talking about people who are leaving these type of questions on videos that's related to a secured credit card. Now, I don't know if you all have saw my secure credit card videos, but I pretty much lay it out and I make it pretty clear on how to graduate a secured credit card. I'm not going to go over it in this video, but I make it very clear on how to do it. And people still, they'll watch the video and they still want to do things their way. And I was always taught most of the time it's best to listen when you don't really know what's going on. You can't come into learning about credit cards with your own preconceived notions. And I already know where it comes from. They watch videos and read articles from people who have unsecured cards and are more savvy than someone who's just starting out. And they think they can do the same thing and they think they can do it with a secured credit card. And then they go and they sign up for the secured credit card and they do what they want to do. They have $1,000 credit limit and they spend $700 and then they're not able to pay it off. Then they find themselves carrying over balances and then all of a sudden they're frustrated and wondering why their car hasn't graduated and it's been over a year and a half or 2 years. It's because you don't want to follow the rules. And from what I'm seeing, a lot of credit card users don't want to follow the rules. Right now, credit card debt is at an all-time high. And if you really break it down and think about credit cards, let's break it down to the simplest form and think about what credit cards are in terms of the financial world. Credit cards have one of the most highest interest rates in regards to any product that you can have in regards to credit. It has a higher interest rate on average than cars, mortgages, personal loans, and just about anything else. The credit card interest rates right now are sitting in the mid-20s. And you have people who don't mind carrying over balances and getting hit with an interest rate that is in the mid-20s. That's foolish. You're giving the banks this money. And I know I came across a foolish comment on this channel before where someone was saying we should tip the banks because we tip everyone else. I'm not tipping a bank anything, all right? I pay off what I spend. I pay it off the next month. If I can't afford to pay it off, guess what? I'm not going to spend it. And that's simple as that. I'm not into giving people free money, especially a bank. Banks have enough of our money. But everyone is going to play this game the way they want to. Credit cards are going to continue to be the current trend. They're going to be the trend in the near future. They're going to be the trend in the distant future. And as the economy continues to get worse, credit card debt continues to climb. I went to the grocery store the other day. I was in the grocery store and I saw some fries. During the summertime, those same bag of French fries were $2.99. Those French fries right now are $6.29. Last week, that same bag of French fries was $5.49. So it seems like every other week or every month, the price of French fries have been going up. And there is no doubt in my mind that they'll be $7 soon. So the price of goods and services is continuing to go up, even though they're constantly raising interest rates to combat inflation. But the price of goods and services are continuing to rise. And guess what happens when the price of goods and services continue to rise? People are going to spend more with their credit cards. They're going to spend more than they can afford to pay off the next month in full. So what's going to happen as a result of that? Those interest rates that are in the 20s are going to start to kick in. And when they kick in, they're going to add up, and they're going to add up fast. So yes, you're making Dave Ramsey proud because he thinks credit cards are bad in general and that people shouldn't have them. And us people who do use credit cards responsibly, we always try to combat Dave and be like, hey, Dave, you can have a credit card, pay it off in full, and not worry about interest and carrying over the debt. But there are far too many people who are not on that same page. And that's unfortunate because credit card debt is going to continue to pile up until it gets to the point where, boom, it bursts. And then we're in a big economic downfall. We're headed there. People are not listening. They're not paying attention. We are headed there. My advice to you, any of you who are watching, if you have a credit card, all right, only buy what you can afford to pay off the very next month. If you can't afford to pay it off the next month, do not use your credit card. Now, some of you may say, what if emergency happens and things like that? That's why it's good to have an emergency fund. And if you don't have an emergency fund, at least try to pay off whatever you spend on your credit card quick as possible. That way that interest won't pile up. Now, there are some instances where credit card companies offer you a no APR and no interest rate for a specific period of time. If you have that, then yeah, you could take advantage of it. But make sure that you do chop your balance all the way down before that term ends. And if you don't have that type of a term, as I stated, make sure that you're paying off your balance in full every month, because you don't want to be paying interest on 20% or more. That's just foolish. But anyways, if you're new here and you're feeling the vibe over here, this is Water Your Soil. I talk about topics like this often. I don't believe in just talking about credit cards and the great benefits and the great things they offer, because I'm conscious of who may be watching. If someone doesn't understand credit cards and how they work, and they come by and they just want to hear about the great benefits of credit cards, they're going to be excited. Their goal is going to be, how can I qualify for a credit card? And how can I use credit cards as a second form of spending? And honestly, that's a great road to credit card debt. And that's what I try to combat a little on this channel. I know I can't combat it all the way, but I at least try to do my part on letting people know about being responsible with credit cards and understanding utilization and things like that. But if you're new here and you're feeling the vibe, this is Water Your Soil. Be sure to hit the subscribe button. Make sure you turn on all notifications. That way you don't miss a future video. And this goes to every single one of you, because I feel like you all support this channel and you leave comments and stuff like that. But if you support this channel, hit the like button. That's the way of showing support and telling the algorithm to get this video out. I think this is a very important topic that people need to understand, especially with so many people signing up for credit cards now. We're really entering into a very interesting time with credit cards and credit card debt. And a lot of it has to do with people not really understanding credit cards. But anyways, I appreciate you all for watching, and I'm out. Wait. Before you leave, be sure to check out the description box below. That way you can have all the credit resources from Water Your Soil. Also, be sure to hit the subscribe button, the like button as well, all right?